Guys, it's Sergio from SNY Out Fishing. Welcome back to my kitchen. And today I've been wanting to do this recipe for a little while, so we got the striper from the one we caught about a week ago. Here's the striper. Big boy. I'm gonna get him. Yeah, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. We're gonna do Baja style fish tacos. So we got the striper here. I went ahead and cut it in strips, kind of manageable, that go right into the taco. What we want to do is basically just, once we have them cut, we kind of pat them down so they can be as dry as we can get them. And once we have them dry, I went ahead and I did the batter, and you can see the consistency of it here. And this is basically flour, salt, pepper, and a few other ingredients. If you want to know the exact recipe, just leave a comment below and I'll go ahead and give you that recipe if you want. But it's pretty easy. And then so once we have these ready, I'm going to turn on my oil. I have it on, and we want it to be about 350 degrees so they can get nice and crispy. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just have a plate ready with some napkins, just so that we can, once the fish is done, it kind of lets the oil drain there a little bit. But as for right now, since we want to let the oil heat up, I'm going to get some cabbage. I have some red cabbage that I'm just going to slice up real fine so that we can add to the tacos. Basically, just give it a little bit of a wash. Take this outer shell off. Basically, you just want to cut this as thin as possible. And basically, that's what we want right there. This is just so they can go in the tacos. If you want it a little smaller, you can just cut it in half, and then you get smaller shreds, and then just nice fine chops. I have this little bowl, and I'm just going to put my ingredients in there. So we have our cabbage. It should be more than enough there. Get some cilantro, just to have. A few of these leaves, we kind of want them full. Just give them a rough little chop, and that's it. Go ahead and add them in there. We'll use some of this later so that we can do a sauce that's going to go on top of the tacos with some sour cream, mayonnaise. I'll show you that in a little bit. So we'll use this in a little bit. Got a thermometer. We'll just check it, make sure we want it at about 350 degrees. I think this thermometer goes up to 300, but we're almost there. We're about 210. We need it now, and we want it at 350. So we'll let that go for a little bit. In the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and do the sauce, the sour cream sauce. All right, guys. So while we let the oil heat up, we're gonna go ahead and do the cilantro sauce. And basically, it's very simple. We're just gonna use sour cream, mayonnaise. I like it a little bit spicy, so we're gonna use some serrano peppers, some limes, and the rest of this, some of this cilantro as well. Basically, you want equal parts sour cream and mayonnaise. So we use half a cup of sour cream. We get some mayonnaise. Usually you want about half a cup of that. And you can always play with the consistency depending on how you want. If you want a little bit thicker, you add a little bit more sour cream. If you want a little bit more diluted, just add a little bit more of the mayonnaise. And since we're going to be blending it, we'll just give these a little chop to help the blender out. You can usually smell them, and if they smell a little spicy, you know to add a little bit or less. So these smell okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add maybe 1.5. And if we want more, we can always add more. We can't take it out, so we'll start with less and then add more if we want some. We'll get about half of this cilantro. Just give it a rough chop, add it in there. And then some lime. We'll go ahead and squeeze that in there. We want it to be nice and fresh with some citrus, nice and zesty. Always goes well with fish, so go ahead and add that. Maybe we'll get another one ready just in case. Add a little bit of salt. And then we'll give it a little blend. So that's it. You can see it. The consistency is pretty loose, just like I want it. And then we'll go ahead and give it a little taste. Make sure we like it. It's good. It's perfect. Nice hint of lemon. We got that cilantro taste, so it's perfect. You can always add a little bit more salt. The chili's just right there in the back, so that's all. That's all we want. Go ahead and get this. Put it in a nice. Oh, we have this bowl. Why don't we just pour it in there? So it can be all ready. Those are going to be our toppings. So we got a little bit of that cilantro sauce, extra cilantro if we wanted, and then red cabbage. And once we go ahead and have those tacos ready, I'll show you how we plate it. So we'll go ahead and have these ready for later. And the oil should be ready now. We'll go ahead and test it. 280, so that's about 350. Once we have that ready, go ahead and get our batter ready. Basically, kind of just give them a little dip. You see how it coats it just all over? That's exactly what we want. And we kind of drizzle them in there and let them go. We'll put about 4 or 5 in at a time. And once they get nice and golden brown, we'll know they're ready. So we let those guys cook. I went ahead and turned on my griddle. We have it about a medium-high heat, and we're going to use that to heat up our tortillas. You can buy these tortillas anywhere, just at your regular grocery store. I like to use corn. You can use flour. It all depends on what your like is. I like it with corn, so that's what I'm going to use. Basically, as we let that heat up, you kind of just want to put them on there, heat them up a little bit, give them a little bit of a toast so they can be nice and pliable, and then we'll go ahead and put it in the taco. So these guys are looking pretty good here, and you can just see how they have a nice just spreading all the way around. And that's exactly what we want to see. We just want it a little bit more golden brown, and they're going to be perfect for the tacos. This is one of my favorite ways to eat, whether it's striper, rockfish, tacos. When you batter them like this, they turn out just perfect, and you add the corn tortilla and all the fresh ingredients, they're perfect, just perfect. So we're almost ready. And again, I mean, these are pretty small little fillets of fish, so you don't need that much time in there. I mean, about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and you're basically there. And these guys are looking pretty good. So we'll go ahead and get our plate with a paper towel, and we'll put them right there. perfectly battered. You can see we're going to be nice and crispy. We'll lay them on there, and we'll just keep on throwing more and more batches so we can get them all toasted up. But I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. We'll get a couple tortillas here, we'll throw them on the griddle, turn it up if we want a nice. And usually when you're doing it for a lot of people, and if you want to do a lot of tortillas, you want to keep them warm. They have these tortilla warmers that they just keep your tortillas warm. That way they don't get cold as fast. But that's exactly what we want. All right, guys. So we just finished cooking the last batch, and you can just see how perfect these fish fillets came out. These little strips, nice and crispy, really nicely battered. And then I went ahead and did a few tortillas, so we have them in this warmer. I'll go ahead and pull one of these guys out. Just lay it down like that. And then get one of these strips. Maybe add another little one here. You really want to taste that fish. We'll get a little bit of the cabbage. Just put it right on top, guys, just like that. Get a little bit of the cilantro. Put a few leaves like so, and then the cilantro sauce right here, just right on top. Nice little drizzle. You can put as much as you want or as little as you want, but that's basically what you have right there. That's a taco. I had made a sauce earlier from the other day. I'm gonna go ahead and use that as well. You don't have to use it, or if you have anything you have in there, you can also put it on. It's like a fire roasted tomato salsa. We'll go ahead, give it a nice little drizzle, just like that. And just looking at it, guys, that looks amazing. My mouth is already watering. So we'll go ahead and give it a taste, see how it is. I know it's gonna be good. But wow. That is so good. And you can just see the white meat on the fish. I'm telling you, it's just 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, and you're done. And that's perfect. You got the crunchiness of the cabbage, the acidity of the lemon, just perfect. And that hint of salsa, that fire roasted tomato salsa, goes perfect. Like, again, this is the best way that I like to eat my tacos, whether it's striper, rockfish, any white fish, flaky fish. Great way to do it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys try it, if you guys alter it a little bit, let me know how it goes. But this is definitely a good way to eat your tacos. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.